first pick will also go their way, meaning last pick for secrets. So if they want to set Nisha or anyone up for success, they can.
And they have so many heroes that they like to put on that last pick, right? You have your Meepos on Isha. He's been playing an incredible Meepo recently too. Besides his Medusas and other normal standard heroes, they have that possibility of a cheese pick. But more on that Dire side, that's very peculiar because you would think that Radiant side would be favored even right now.
I think part of it is that it is harder to invade safe lane jungles than before. And it's easier for Dire to maintain their outpost, which helps control Roshan.
Yeah, I would agree usually, but when you think about the mid game, you're invading the enemy jungle, and because of that, you should be controlling the enemy outpost, right? I think it has maybe something to do with the Ancients as well, and the amount of gold that's spread across the map on Dire and Radiant, but...
Oh, the Ancients is a huge advantage for Dire side, right? Because they've got a triangle that controls their Ancient. It's very hard to actually invade that part of the map. That's like the hardest part of the map to actually invade. Meanwhile, like Radiant has Ancients that are way off in bum-tuck nowhere, and it's also an area that is easily invaded. Like Radiant is super easy to get into.
There you go, the Monkey King.
All right.
First pick.
You know, it's surprising because this is, like, we know this is going to happen, and if we know this, then Nigma knows it. So they either have this plan against it, which I know loads of teams have already tried to deal with this Monkey King and haven't really succeeded yet. It's like, at what point are you just going to first base ban Monkey,
I'm
right?
just flashing over to Wee's confidence. Why do people keep on picking this Monkey King against my TA, man?
Yeah,
like,
why?
It's no good. Go to game 2, just ban the Monkey King.
ban the Monkey.
Just ban it.
Yeah. They gave in the Enchantress, but they did snatch that Shen straight away from them, and that's an amazing hero on Puppy or Kuroki. This time will be the Puppy's hero, it seems like. But Monkey King, like, you can even answer right now. Usually they cover him in that second banning stage, right? They covered him with the bans of Viper and the like, but perhaps you can just take that and give to Wii. Is he really ready to play? No, but they go for Timber?
One of the highest win rates hero in this tournament so far. I want to quickly touch back on the Chen versus Enchantress. Is it still the case that if you have both and both are position 5, is Enchantress basically better because you can take creeps from Chen, and even if Chen takes them back, they're going to still have the duration timing out, meaning Chen won't have them again? Like, is that still a thing? Because I know it was an old school thing, and I know these are old school players, but I don't know, like, why would you pick Enchantress over Chen? Like, what's their reasoning?
10 seconds remaining.
It's never really been super favored for Enchantress because Chen, if they're both played on position 5, Chen brings more utility to the team. You have the mech from him, perhaps a Vlad, something like that, and by the time Enchantress starts making any moves across the map, Chen is already ready and taking your towers. Now, what Enchantress does bring is a little bit of a more aggressive laning stage, and she's a bit stronger in that way.
Okay.
But still, they picked Timber into Monkey. Like, I mean, all right, they must lane him somewhere else at least.
Yeah, there's some issues with lanes. There's also issues later on into the game when there's Diffusal Blade up on the Monkey King. When you get like Wukong's command off and the Timbersaw just finds all of his mana drained away so quickly because the Echo Saber Diffusal Bladed statues are just swinging on you constantly.
I mean, for a first pick Monkey, this already looks like a decent Monkey game. Enchantress just dies. If you get those Jingu stacks off later on in the game with one Boundless Strike, you can take her off before she even uses her attendance. And Timbersaw as well, if he's laned against Monkey, does not have fun.
But doesn't it, like, Timbersaw can get rid of the trees where Monkey King could be on? Like, isn't that a little bit of a, like, counter-esque thing?
Oh yeah, there's still lots of good things. Like Timbersaw reaches a point where like his biggest peak is where Monkey King is also very weak against him.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting on a Wukong's command that doesn't have Diffusal Blade, only has Echo Saber, and all of those hits mean nothing to a Timbersaw who just gets maxed out reactive armor stacks so quickly. He also can output a lot of fast damage on Monkey King, which you really enjoy. You like that kind of burst damage because he's not going to roll up on a first item BKB, so he is very susceptible to things like that.
at the same time, you need to control that Timbersaw and give him a lot of space early on for that to happen, right?
Yeah.
You can't have a monkey that's on the same pretty much level and net worth as the Timbersaw. Timbersaw needs to be the one up front, at least a little bit. But we'll see. Team Secret, they still have a couple of picks to answer that Timbersaw first phase pick.
Yeah. So we mentioned that Enchantress is more aggressive on the lane. Should that be something that we're gonna look from YapzOr on the side of Secret? Like, should he basically pick up on the slack that the Chen can't perform? Like, is a Lion aggressive enough for him?
Lion might not be super aggressive in the laning stage, but later on he brings a lot of control and he brings you that burst damage that's necessary versus the Enchantress and Timbersaw. So overall, it's a decent pick. Also, is a hero that back in the day was super popular with Shen, as you have that instant hex or stun to set up all the other stuns from Centaurs or something alike from that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that other games and other teams would have picked up Rubik here. Because you still like Rubik against Timbersaw. You've got like some of his pure damage nukes you can turn around on him. And then also the repositioning is good for the Chen as well. But of late, it feels like teams are experimenting more with greedier fours that can output more damage. Like we saw a Skywrath Mage game recently against Timbersaw. I believe that was Nigma who picked it up in the final game against Alliance and should have won that game but ended up losing it. Here, Lion's a great example of that. It's just like heavy magic damage bursts but slightly greedy.
Before we go on this ET pick, I just want to say that if you're Secret and if you're getting that Lion, I think you're fine with it because this Lion has to be super greedy. And YapzOr, man, he will be greedy. He will be go on that lane and just farm his dagger or Aether Lance or whatever he wants to. You won't have to worry that he won't have some items in the mid game.
Yeah, the 4 who's secretly an undercover 3, especially with Zai. That's another thing. Like Zai is a very like chilled out dude. We were talking about personality-wise, but he's also another person who's willing to take a more difficult role in order to allow others to succeed.
Easy to push around, and YapzOr enjoys doing that exactly on the lane at least.
Yeah, Zai is a Swedish gentle giant at this point with all of his muscles. So he's willing to, like, he's given the core role and he will pick up, you know, the first couple levels, and then more often than not, you will see him give up the lane to YapzOr and move around to try and make other people's games better. It seems like very rarely nowadays for Secret do I see him like actually in a farming off-lane role.
Yeah, more like the sacrificial role, not afraid to die.
Yeah.
And his team doesn't mind if he dies either, because they know that he's doing a good job creating space normally. What do we think about the Elder Titan still on the side of Nigma? And we now also have a Pango pickup for Secret.
Yeah, it's a decent cover for some picks. It's also really good if Secret gets too, I don't know, anxious to pick that Meepo. Elder Titan can be really good, but you already have Timbersaw versus that, so maybe not your biggest worry. But overall, Elder is really good versus the Chen army as well, as it helps you control those pushes that come in early.
I think that's like the biggest point, because Chen is such a strong lane securing hero that there's very few 4 positions that feel good matching up into a Chen ever, and ET I think is the only one that actually can win that matchup.
The heroes that you're thinking about right now are your Morphlings and something like that, something that this Elder Titan pick covers, but they go with an anti-mage.
Okay.
All right.
That gets an applause, Miracle's anti-mage.
Yeah, both sides actually have a legendary anti-mage. Well, maybe legendary is too strong of a word for Matu just yet, but when he has played the anti-mage, he looks very good on it.
And this Elder Titan pick as well makes a bit more sense now when it comes to stopping that Meepo pick, if you don't really want to waste the ban, because anti-mage just gets obliterated by a Meepo.
Also, anti-mage makes sure that it's probably not going to be a Medusa for Nisha, so they're already securing themselves for that as well. Because for last pick for Secret, we are looking at that Nisha hero, and we are looking at a most likely Weeha hero. There's still the chance that they are swapping it around, making Weeha play Timber. We know he can. We know he's good at it.
So Phantom Lancer is banned. That was the first hero that came to mind. Slark
5 seconds remaining.
is still out there, and it's an okay Slark game.
You could go for full fast tempo, grab something like Nursa versus that Timber in the lane, and then just dominate them early on. But it's very scary to go for that route. You'd rather have something that will scale later on Isha. What are his heroes? You have Morphlings, you have Duzas, you have Terrorblades. Anti-Mage obviously is one of his favorites, but he won't get to play this time around.
Kunkka is a stable one. Like, that's a hero that...
Void is still out there as well.
Yeah. But you guys all saying these heroes that like are like harder carries, is like greedier heroes. You kind of want him to see on a greedy hero. You don't want to see him on like a playmaker.
I want a harder carry because you got Monkey King and Pango. I think they've got a lot of space creating that they could afford a harder carry. But apparently, I mean, TA is definitely a very strong hero into late game, but they're looking at this as being more of a safe lane Monkey and then mid TA, especially with the Lena pick.
Because of the Timber as well, right? Yeah. They know that Monkey is picked, that they picked Timber into Monkey, and because of that, they're expecting Secret to put that Monkey on the side lane, on the safe lane, and especially now with the Lena, I don't think Map1 is going mid. It's going to be Nisha on something else, something different.
Well, now can't. Oh, so you don't want that matchup against Lena, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those are hard.
So what does well against Lena? What for Nisha does well against Lena?
That's the thing, though. What can he get on that mid lane that's good against him? Most of his heroes aren't that great. Like, I'm thinking these Morphlings, you know, like, you don't want to pick them here.
Oh, what? Okay,
wait, go for it. All right.
But they're up against an Elder Titan. Isn't the Elder Titan absolutely amazing against Meepo?
Listen. Owen wants to bet me. I don't know what amount of money I see him smash when it's mid.
Elder Titan mid is amazing.
Yeah, he wants to play Elder Titan mid versus my Meepo in $1,000. He says.
Wow,
we'll try.
Dude,
$1,000.
I have seen Odie pick
right?
Elder Titan mid against Meepo. He gets the axe as well. You're basically BKB'd for years.
Yeah.
It is. Can they swap it around like that?
They can do
I normally get like a screenshot sent from JJ about who is playing what. So talk about this draft. I'm gonna see. Oh, he sent a picture.
I mean, it is a pretty good Meepo game though. Right? Like you like Meepo against AM
Elder Titan.
a lot.
Is it?
It is.
There you go.
There you go.
The mid.
Confirmed.
I like this. I like this much more than the Lena mid. Lena mid in the laning stage is strong versus the Meepo, but Elder Titan, for many reasons, just destroys Meepo. Not only because of the stuns, but the natural order. Meepo can't build items that give him just armor. He needs stats, he needs agility, he's going for those E-blades. And because of that, Elder Titan gets like a bazillion damage from the Spirit, cleaves right through him, through that armor, which is non-existent. And it should be, I think it should be a decent game for Nigma. I would go with them.
Is that enough for you? Because it's like, you've got the mid-game counter, but simultaneously Meepo counters the hard carry of Nigma.
But you have a Timber Saw as well. It's not like,
you
know, but Monkey King should defeat Timber in the lane. It's hard to call. I wouldn't like...
I mean, I'm trusting whatever Lizard says here. He's the Meepo master.
I really don't think it's an easy Meepo game.
Okay.
I really don't think so. But we'll see. Nisha so far has an incredible success rate with it.
Is it enough? Is it enough? That is going to be our question.
They still have like all the other heroes, right? They still
have
Matu Monkey King, which is a major threat. What else are their cores? I've already forgotten.
They got a Pango as well as their Zai hero.
They have Lion versus the Anti-Mage as well. There's a lot of good Lion like matchups here, right? With Lion, you have that Catch versus the AM. Monkey should be doing really well versus the Timber Saw, and Meepo in the end should just clean up. So
I think it's a free bingo game too.
We can theory craft this all we want. But
I'll
it doesn't
go with
matter.
The Meepo.
It depends how these guys are going to play the game. Let's find out how they're going to play their game with Odie Pixel and Lacoste.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, I'm so excited for this one. We were watching the draft, and you said it. You were like, Meepo is still kind of good here, but there's the ET, and they did have that capability to pick a final pick mid, the Lena, that could also be a 4, they can swap it round, and they do.
Yeah.
ET's going to go mid.
We had that discussion like 2 days ago. You were a big fan of ET mid. You said this hero, if he's playing against Meepo on a mid lane, it's 100% win rate.
It's absolutely, I'm standing by it. This ET is going to destroy. It's absolutely going to destroy. I cannot play support. I cannot play ET. You see a Meepo in a pub, you pick ET, you go mid against him, and you make that Meepo cry. The whole game, the Meepo, he's typing in all chat, he's mad, he's furious. because you are just walking around two-shotting the shit out of this little fella.
Yeah, but one thing we did not mention is that the spirit is dispellable. So if Chen gets that purge creep,
that's
he
the
can
big
just purge it off.
yeah.
This is the big play.
That's the big brain play.
Play from Puppy.
I can't wait to see this. Yeah, honestly, if you haven't seen this before, the ET versus Meepo, there's the potential for some ridiculous damage. We're just looking it up to confirm the numbers, but once you have the talent, you're getting plus 110 damage per hero hit with the spirit. So you're hitting a few Meepos and a few heroes.
1,000 damage, huh?
You're hitting the 4 digits. So let's see. I also did see Weeha. He did this recently, about a week ago in a pub. It was against a Meepo. He picks the ET. He's done this before. But Secret, they're going to dodge it, of course. They're sending Zai mid. You cannot simply lane the Meepo against the ET. You have to dodge it.
Well, ET will still get farm against Pangolier. He will stack the camps for himself, pull the spirit back, get the damage, and continue to harass Pangolier. The thing is, the SARM is extremely effective against any melee core here. ET as a core, what a time to be alive, Owen.
I'm very excited to see what we is able to do. Because, you know, other things considered, it is still Secret versus Nigma. I will have to agree with some of the sentiments of the panel. This matchup, Secret are sort of on another level. We've got to see what Nigma's able to do in terms of stepping it up. But maybe having this potential hero matchup in their favor could do it. But Secret, as you say, they've got answers. Puppy can play it smart, get the right sort of creeps, mess with the game that the ET is going to try and pull through. But if that's the case, and if they're having to focus a lot on controlling the ET, if space, any sort of space is given a Miracle, this anti-mage could get out of control, because Miracle's had some great carry performances recently.
Yes, but not against Meepo. Meepo is a hard counter with the nets. You really can't itemize unless you get a BKB to get out of it. Also top lane, the pretty old school matchup. You have Chen against the Enchantress. And this Meepo, his healing is amplified by Puppy's aura.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. If you combine that with the passive, you're right. There's going to be the point that once Nishi gets like that 20-minute or so, or maybe faster E-Blade, however fast he's able to farm it up, the amount of agi and right-click he'll do, it's going to be hard to sort of knock him down. Unless Weeha turns up and punches him in the face a couple of times, which can happen. So very excited to see and see what Weeha's build is. Normally the right-click kind of stuff you want to go for is your treads or phase into the Echo, into the Aghanims. Aghanims, of course, incredibly valuable when you are against the Meepo and you have that additional, those additional units that you're very likely to be hitting with the Spirit.
Yeah, you get 2 seconds of spell immunity per hero hit. I don't think Meepo early on cares too much about being his mana burn. He's mostly relying on just harassing by the right clicks. Bottom lane is doing extremely well for Nigma. Usually when you have Monkey King against Timbersaw, it usually is the different way. One more hit, he dodges it.
Dude, Weeha first blood. He's off to a great start. They were sort of even on CS, but getting that kill in the 1v1, Weeha says, welcome to mid, Zai. Now, it's been a while, but I mean, how many times has Zai actually been playing in the mid lane in pro games? Probably not a lot, right? He's got very comfortable on his off lane, but this game, of course, down to the hero matchups, he's had to switch it around, and Weeha is able to outplay him. Let's see. Bottom lane still continuing to put pressure on, getting near the tower. GH doing some good harass with the light strike and that boosted attack speed he gets from the passive. On top lane, Miracle 10 for 2, Nisha 9 for 4, continues to keep it rather even. As Nisha now getting that second Meepo out, can continue to get aggressive here as the couple of nets onto Kuro, allows him to right-click him down to low. Miracle will start to come across. See if he can trade back, fight back a little bit.
He can't really trade against 2 Meepos and the Chen. Pretty much unlimited region. Only thing he needs to care about is like his mana, so he has enough for the combo. So have a mango ready.
Has to be a little careful in this mid lane now that kill has been there for Zai. He's got to keep it cool. Still in the farm, Zai is doing very, very nicely. He did die that once, but the farm, it's bang even in mid. 18-4, 17-5. They're keeping it incredibly close in CS, these two. Let's top a bit of aggression onto Puppy. Still has the movement speed to get away.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
He's got the salve prepared, so we'll be able to stay in lane. Actually, step forward here from the AM. A couple of roots, and it's a lot of damage onto Miracle. Miracle will get the blink off in time, but I mean, you're right. Miracle's really got to respect this Meepo. Anytime he comes close, he takes a hell of a lot of damage already from the two of them.
Seems like they're out of region on this lane. But Meepo is really low on mana. I want to see a mango either on Puppy or Nisha to bring one for himself. So they have, for the combo, that second net could grab them a kill. He just bought a raid band. Oh, look at this, though, and the battle of nets.
I was going to say some net-on-net action here as Kuro brings in the Troll Summoner. And is ready to sort of return some fire. Anytime that Secret start to get aggressive, the two of them, Nisha and Puppey, he'll be able to hold one of them back. Soul Ring will be now done for the Timbersaw, so he can continue to spam out that bottom lane quite safely. Mind control. As his farm down here continues to match well to that of Matumba Man's. Matumba, you know, so this matchup sort of works both ways. Yes, Matu's going to be able to build up the stacks, but Mind Control is going to have a lot of armor.
Also build the stacks, yeah.
Yeah, bit of stack action. Miracle. Getting low, sort of baiting Nisha in, still with the mana burnt. Damage is limited what he can do, but with GH's additional damage, they're really forcing him back. Another Light Strike Array will connect. Puppey and Yapso are coming across, but Nisha will fall. They'll get the stun out of Miracle, so Secret will find the trade kill. Both team supports coming up to try and help the cause, and we'll end up in both cores falling.
Yeah, mirror movement from Team Secret. They got a kill on enemy carry hero. I just want to see if there's any stacks from Elder Titan.
Now we'll see if Weehar's done any around the mid. It doesn't look like it. I think, if anything, one of the reasons being, you know, against Zai, sure, he got that kill in the 1v1 earlier, but for the most part, it's very hard to kill the Pango. He's got the Swashbuckle. Anytime he sees the Spirit coming in and the damage being built up, Zai, he's just going to ball out of there. We'll need 2 6s hit, so he'll have to put the Rolling Thunder to get away, because he does really have to respect that right click of the ET. And we see with Weezebuild, he's not going to go for any sort of echo. He's actually going to go straight for the Aghanims. So treads into the Aghanims. The sooner he gets that Aghanims, the sooner he's going to be able to start moving around the map and really start to turn up to fights against the Meepo. Every time with that magic immunity and that build-up damage, he's just going to be able to run down heroes if Secret do try and take an engagement. But we'll imagine the Secret, they're going to do their best to sort of avoid those movements from Weehar, or if anything, they're going to try and be the ones to make the moves first and come mid and try and gank this ET and take him out before he's able to get that Aghanims online.
That Aghanim Scepter is going to be so big this game. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity, and that's why he is rushing for it. Also, no phase boot, straight into power treads, which gives him more attack speed. I guess that's why he's also skipping Echo Saber.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it makes sense in that. And of course, for sort of across the board, treads have just become more popular nowadays. They're much more efficient in terms of cost with the reduced price of some of the components. Just sort of as a general rule, treads are just the better item nowadays. Even though you will see some heroes go for the phase that do benefit more from the movement speed, but yeah, treads, the item for Weehar this game. And all in all, 7.5 minutes in, a 1k lead for Nigma. Close-ish sort of start. This bottom lane continues to be a bit of a stalemate. Matu's able to keep himself alive constantly with the Jingu that's very easy to build up. And likewise, the regen of Mind Control with that passive is more than enough. Mid lane, good bounces here. Actually ends up bouncing Weehar, actually, unfortunately for Secret, up to the high ground. Puppey is there with the wraparound, though. They'll come in with the Swashbuckle. Hex controls there from Yapzor, and they'll take him down. These are the moves Secret needs to make. They know that Weehar, this Elder Titan, has so much potential this game. They've got to shut him down early.
Usually I love Pango to be played like as a semi-damage dealer here. I mean, in general, as a semi-damage dealer, you want to buy these tanky team-fighting items, pipe Guardian Greaves, but I also want to see Zai scale as a core in this game, especially since he's playing against Anti-Mage. I would love to see the Fusel Blade build up on him, or just one Javelin so you can have this extra damage that you always lack.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad shout at all. I mean, having that mana burn even against, you know, the other cores this game, the Timber, the ETs, you know, what are the ways you can stop the ET having this incredible power, the Astral Spirit, make sure he hasn't got the mana to cast it.
Mana burn, my favorite one, mana drain, you name it. Monkey King straight into the Fusel Blade. They understand this patch so well.
Yeah, as you said, if the Pango Zai does want to go for it, you have 2 Diffusals and the good old Suck from the Lion. A lot of the mana of Nigma will be taken away, and definitely one of the answers to playing against these heroes that Nigma have drafted.
I don't think there's need going for like a pipe this game. There is some magical damage, some pure from Timbersaw, some pure from Enchantress, so it doesn't seem like that good of an item this game. And he goes. He goes straight into the Fusel Blade on Zai.
And look at this, talking about Zai.
Straight into Graves, sorry.
Yeah, he tried to dive Miracle, but Miracle had just enough health to turn around things with a Mana Void. As Zai dives the tower, doesn't quite do the maths, and Miracle comes out on top. Giving solo kills like that to the anti-mage is always going to feel pretty bad, especially when you're the mid. You know, you see it there, the top 2 net worth, both Zai and Miracle, and you're just sort of shifting things in favor of the anti-mage. Bottom lane as well, Nigma, they're getting away with taking this tier 1 tower, and Secret pop the fortification. Puppey is here along Matumba.
Zai has a TP to the bottom lane if needed.
Maybe Nisha can find something up top. He is trying to chase this, but Miracle's juking, and he's going to have Blink back up in a second. The second net will be off the mark as well, so no more control to try and go for Miracle. He'll be fine, as he'll keep himself safe. Back down towards the bottom, GH is going to guard the entrance to the Puppey's trying to get through to get back to his jungle as he'll block him off, and into the hands of Weeha. Puppey will fall. GH and Weeha killing off the Chen. Top lane, Zai does manage to get his revenge. He's able to get past the tower, deep in onto Miracle, and will take the anti-mage off the map for a good 20 seconds.
I think Nisha needs to get out of this top lane, swap to his own jungle at the bottom, put a ward so he can farm there. Like, there's no point of staying top. They have a tier 1 tower, they lost the bottom one, so it's really not safe for him to farm there.
It's 10 minutes in, 4-4, having it this even in net worth. This is exactly what you want to see between these two teams. We'll see the replay once more, as we did miss as we were watching the action down bottom. It was a nice close-up with the Rolling Thunder from Zai that sealed the deal. To Miracle and mid lane. Just a bit of a poke onto Weeha already with the treads, and the Ogre Club is a little too tanky for the two of them to burst through. Down bottom, Miracle getting aggressive onto Matumba, burning the mana. He's going to need TP backup coming in. It comes in, but it's not in time. Miracle with the mana void, bursts him down. They can get the return kill. Yapzor with the finger from the trees takes the trade, and Secret, they're not done quite yet. They'll be able to chase down the Enchantress, slowed up and surrounded. Zai finishes him off with a swashbuckle. Secret will take the two of them down.
Enchantress did a good job just dispelling Jingu stacks from Monkey once he got it, and there's no way he can turn that. Mind control is farmed, causing a lot of issues, putting the pressure on tier 1 tower with the catapult. They're pretty limited on the tower damage, so they need to play around the catapult timings.
Yeah, very hard for Nisha to push mind control off this tower alone. Having that maxed out stacks and being able to just tank it up, this tower will fall. So Nigma continuing to keep the pressure up. This is going to be the second tier 1 they're taking, and of course Secret still yet to really find the chance to put pressure on themselves. But their best interest as a team is to just make sure there's space for Nisha to get that good E-Blade timing so he can turn up and try to make plays. But of course, he's going to have to do so very wary of Weeha's presence on the ET. He cannot do it when the Elder Titan's around.
Once they get those 2 diffusal blades up, this is the critical timing for them. They want to seek a fight, put more pressure on AM. Not sure when this Meepo is going to get his E-Blade because his farm was a bit stacked. Now he's got to farm jungle and the lane. A bit under-leveled since he was not mid. It's a side lane Meepo.
Yeah, Secret definitely waiting on those timings before anything kicks off, and I think, you know, Weeha, he's still going to be cool just waiting out the finished Aghanims before he starts to really get involved outside of this mid lane area that he's sort of stuck to for the most part, and he's getting close. About 900 gold to go and the Aghanims will be done.
Let's go fast forward, please. Go to sleep for 2 minutes until he farms the Aghanim Scepter. I just want to see Elder Titan hitting so hard against Meepo. Also, he needs that level 15 talent to, if game drags, level 20 talent, the extra 70% attack speed. Oof.
Oh yeah, that's when he becomes a real problem. I mean, you mentioned it before, they don't have any lockdown through BKB. As long as he gets that initial spirit set up and pull back, he's going to be fine. There's very little they can do to kill him through that, especially with them going for these diffusal blade builds. You know, there's that is the answer. Having that magic immunity and having something that's better than a BKB if you're able to hit the heroes with it. As bottom lane, GH has been found out a little too far alone. They'll catch him out down bottom. Zai and Yapzor clean up a support. Just continue to sort of sweep up and down the map and find what they can, Secret, whilst they continue to just make space for Nisha. Buy some space as well for their Monkey King. And all 6 cores in this game, it's just so close at the moment. Everybody's finding their timings. Back towards mid. Another move from Zai, sets up for another kill by the looks of it, as there's no escape for Kuroki. Zai, he's doing some really nice movements now as the Pango, playing from the mid lane. Sure, he lost that first kill against We Are in the 1v1, but other than that, the movements, they've been crisp. He did die top, but after that, he gets back in that top lane, kills Miracle, he's sweeping down to bottom, and now he's picking off supports all over the map.
Problem is, Nigma can't really start a fight. You can't rely on Elder Titan landing a Stomp, Lina, LSA, Timbersaw needs to go in, like try to force some kind of a movement from Team Secret. So they're in a really tough spot right now. They're relying on AM, trying to force Team Secret to overextend, then they should bring the numbers, but it's the other way around.
Look at this, Zai. He's here again. He comes straight in. He's going to be able to roll over. Mind control goes over towards Kuroki as well. The heel starts to come out with a finger into the roll. Zai, he's crushing it. These movements from this man, you know, as I say, he's not your standard mid player. He's been very used to the offlane, but he's come in and he is having such an impact all over the map as this mid Pango.
Yeah, I was talking about bringing numbers, and suddenly you have 4 Team Secret members plus 4 creeps hitting your tower.
They're starting to get the pressure on Secret, as they'll be able to finally take a tower themselves this game. Bumping it up to that 1K lead, 10-5.
This is first Diffusal Blade on Zai. Man, Anti-Mage is not going to have a game.
No, it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. As I said, we're still yet to see what Weeha is ready to bring. We're still yet to see the power of the Elder Titan in this game, as Secret have been doing a good job of just avoiding his area, only coming here when they know that they could kill him off. He has got that item done. He's going to go back for the drums afterwards by the looks of it, so he can have that extra chase potential. But you're right, timings are there for everyone. Double defusals are done on Secret. Setups there on the mid though. Zai, he'll be healed up by the hand of God. He's running away. Weeha trying to chase, but another swashbuckle gets Zai up on the high ground. He'll be fine.
Hand of God keeping him alive. That's the second Diffusal Blade finished on Team Secret. This is when they start playing aggressively. Every single time you use Swashbuckle, you burn 200 mana. And that's also E-Blade, so they want to get 1 or 2 hero pickoffs, transition that into Roche.
Yeah, they've definitely got the abilities to make moves now, Secret, and we'll see where they want to do so. At the moment, Zai and Yapsor just hovering around the mid lane. Weeha staying here. They feel that Weeha may be gone on, as Kuro and GH are hiding in the trees behind him, but Secret, no indication of trying to make an aggressive move. They're happy to continue to split things up. Matu is focusing top. He's ready to mess around with Mind Control, start to burn a bit of his mana, force Mind Control to back away from the creeps, so Matu can continue to farm in safety. GH and Weeha are coming across for the gank. You're going to see if they can find any sort of setup, but as you said yourself, it's hard for them to find a solid initiation unless GH can land light strikes like that from the distance. GH, he's there with the opening. The Chakram is off the mark though, so Matu will be able to continue to run. Weeha tries to chase, but of course, just the one hero hits. Not a long magic immunity at all from that Astral Spirit. Now can Secret, they can re-engage. Backups there from Puppey. They head in with the Wukong's command. Nisha starts to pick apart Kuro on the sidelines. Weeha, he's trying his best to hide. The Spirit is going out, but Zai, he's leading in with the Rolling Thunder.
He's alone.
Sweep the trees. Weeha's deep. The Spirit finally comes back across. He's got that magic immunity, and he should have a hefty amount of right-click built up. He's trying to get towards the heroes. Zai, he's running. Here comes the right-clicks, but Weeha's scared. The magic immunity wears off. He's losing the rest of his team as Miracle's being rooted up by Nisha on the back of it all. Yapsor's being chased, but he's duking it out. Mind Control cannot finish the kill as they turn the Hex on Timbersaw. Matuma Man and Zai, they're chasing now Weeha. Weeha's mana is out.
Cut the tree down.
Just managed to cut the tree to stop any potential primal spring for the chase to be there from Matu. So Weeha will survive, but you're losing your 2 other cores.
4 heroes lost. Matu, oh my god, go back. You don't need to be that deep. It's such a tough anti-mage game to start with.
Oh no, GH!
1, 2, 3, 4.
One more, there he has it. Just in time. Matu claims the kill, and Secret with that, they'll move into Roshan. As Nigma just incredibly broken up around that area. They couldn't find the chance to fight as a team to utilize the power of the Elder Titan. They were so separated. Roshan will fall. Nisha picks up the Aegis. Weeha's trying to put a stop to it. But there's the Spirit. And look at him turn. Whoa! Look at these punches. You gotta keep back, but they can. They'll just wait it out. They'll kite him. They'll wait for him, and Weeha has to run. He cannot get in. He's not finding the chance to really sort of get in and start punching the members of Secret, because each time he goes forward, the rest of his team, they're not really in position to help him and to enable him in these fights. He's going to try and head him once more. Here we go. A couple of smacks on Nisha, but he uses the E-Blade defensively, so Weeha has to change target. Turns towards Puppey, but the Hand of God keeps the Chen safe. Now Mind Control. He's overcommitted. He's up to the high ground. Zai's there with the control as well as the net's being sent up by Nisha. Mind Control will fall. Secret take another inside. He's ready to go for even more here in the river. Kuro swashed down with the swashbuckle. Weeha's trying to get him once more.
1, 2.
Boom! Puppey's down. Over to Yapsor. Boom, boom. Oh, the E-Blade. Yapsor's fine. Weeha's now got to run. It's a bit of a one-trick pony because as soon as that Spirit's gone, he's going to try and pull it again. There it is. Could he get the punches off? Who's he going to find? He's stuck. He can't find anybody to punch. He's surrounded in the corner. He dies. Weeha's gone.
Very nice usage of E-Blade from Meepo to keep himself and his allies alive. Team Secret, once that Spirit goes back, they instantly start running. The way you itemize against this is either you get a Ghost Scepter on everyone or just get a 1-2 Force Staffs to push them out of the focus.
I mean, that's not a bad call. I mean, as you said, the E-Blade's doing a lot on its own, but any sort of extra way of disarming or keeping themselves safe in the Ghost form, it really does ruin the game of Weeha. You know, they're prepared for it. They're maneuvering in a way that's not allowing Weeha to ever sort of get that finishing blow. He's weakening people down, but he can't quite get that knockout punch off. It's mid lane. GH being hunted. Nisha off the mark with a couple of nets. Now GH is going to turn. There's an Aegis on this Meepo. Nisha will start to poof away. Mind Control going to continue to try and slow them down and chase onwards. Weeha sends out the Spirit. Nisha backs away. And still, that sort of a lacking catch means it's hard for them to find him. As Miracle does get caught in the Wukongs, will jump out. Matu tries to chase, but Miracle's able to juke it off. Back in mid, Weeha's chasing. Puppey, again, just being saved every single time. Nisha's doing an excellent job with the E-Blade to make sure that the supports aren't feeding. Back in mid, whoa! Kurode's a bit of a close encounter there with a finger to the backside, but he does still go down. Despite the heal saving him initially,
run.
Time to chase, beat down the creeps. I mean, that's all he can do at the moment. Every time, Secret, they just split. They're out of there. Each time he's ready to punch, there's nobody to hit.
This ET against Meepo is extremely strong. They're just lacking lockdown. They have no catch, no reliable stun.
Oh, look at this. I thought his name was Puppey, not Camera.
Captain Camera, all right.
Get it?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. 10K lead nearly for Secret here, 19-6. As they had the answers, it seems. They know how to play against this ET.
Well, when I said that they need scaling core against AM, I did not expect Zai to pick up Deso as his second item.
All right.
So Diffusal Blade Deso, that's gonna hurt. Like, he can one-shot Enchantress.
That's not a lot of fun for any of these squishy heroes. That's for sure, and even going full in on that, you know, and into the AC. So going on this full minus armor build, not only great for killing heroes, but of course taking towers, taking objectives. With that Deso, AC, and Meepo, you're destroying the buildings.
Yeah, one of the reasons why he's building AC is they want to have some extra armor against ET's aura.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good thing to mention. The having that armor with the fact that Weeha's going to be taking away the entirety of that base armor of these heroes like the Meepo. You need that flat armor addition. And Zai, he's been smart with the plays and he's been smart with the build this game. Lane set up
That's the problem that they have.
They just
can't
can't
really
catch.
stun anyone. They need Lena's LSA to stun from Fog. I believe she is higher than level 10 at the moment. So with the talent, also Ether Lens. That's one way to actually engage into a team fight.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely out of the woods yet, Secret. They do have this pretty sizable lead, but all it takes is sort of the entire Meepo and the full lineup to just go up the high ground all together. They all get hit by the Spirit, and then Weeha starts to two-shot people. Now, the way that Secret's been playing there, it doesn't look like they're going to sort of walk and fall foul to that sort of counterplay from Nigma. They've been playing it very smartly so far to avoid such situations. But you never know. The high ground push is definitely going to be a bit more of a test for Secret so far. They haven't really been tested that much. They're really getting ahead of Nigma at quite some pace.
The problem is they can't get any VODs out for AM to actually farm safely. Their vision is pretty much limited at the moment.
Yeah, not only himself falling behind Miracle, but of course the nature of the heroes, Mind Control and Weeha, with the lack of action they've been finding, these heroes are falling behind. Secret have 3 cores that are up there right at the top in farm.
It's still AM and Elder Titan with Aghanim Scepter against Meepo, so like if they make a mistake, it could be punished. The thing is, AM needs a bit more farm. When I say a bit, I mean 15 minutes. Right now, he's going to have a Manta style, will join a fight gladly, but needs to be careful. Like, I see Basher queued up on him. He's going to need a BKB, maybe as a third item, depends how this game develops. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to deal any damage.
Secret have just, in terms of control, been doing a great job of making sure that Nigma can't really ever get over to Secret's half of the map. Drummers have finished on Weeha. We'll see where he wants to go next with his itemization. But still, you know, definitely the struggles for him. You've picked this, well, you have this ET, you prioritized him by giving him the mid lane to have that sort of that power against heroes like the Meepo. But Secret, they've adapted smartly. They did that lane swap, and ever since, they've just done an excellent job of making sure that WeHard doesn't get to just smash. It's just not happened. Only 2-2-1. That's not where you want to be as a core ET that's been picked to counter this hero.
He can't find any openings, and he's the hero that doesn't really flash farm. Yeah, you can use the Spirit on the creep wave, stomp it, but it's rather slow. The only one, I mean, they have heroes who can outpush the lanes with Timber and AM with Battle Fury. So his farm is kind of in the middle of the network chart.
We'll see a bit of aggression from Nigmas. They'll look to chase down Puppey. Matu's on the high ground, setting up the Wukong's command if they go on forward. The Wukong's is down. Microcontrol gets himself over the other side. Kuro's already fallen. They're trying to focus down the Timber. There's the blast out from the Laguna Blade. They'll nuke down Puppey, but Zai, Matu, and Nisha, they're ready to return fire. Nisha holds down Microcontrol with the root. The Timber's gone. They'll turn towards Weehai. He cannot TP out in time. They take down another. GH will be able to sneak away in the trees as he TPs out.
Yeah, seems like Matumba Man is still Nigma's problem.
And it's only going to get bigger and bigger with these item pickups. YapzOr, he's got the blink, so extra catch, extra setup.
That's
Secret
a full
can play
bash
aggressive.
on him.
Yeah, an answer to sort of having a bit of control on Weehar if he ever does start to try and chase down heroes through his magic community. Matu will be able to focus, look for the bashes. Mid lane's getting pushed in as well by Nisha, the tier 2 being pressured. 22-7, 14k, the lead just continuing to grow for Secret as Nigma aren't getting a chance to make any sort of move, and they're losing out massively in farm.
Talk about perfect item drops. Craggy Coat picked up by Team Secret. I'm wondering who's gonna have that one.
We'll see in mid. Bit of an attempt to start things. They do find YapzOr on the side. Hanagod's out there. YapzOr finally falls. Matu lays down the balance strike, tries to jump forward, but Mind Control, he's going to get aggressive. They got the impetus as well as the Laguna Blade. Takes Matuma down to half health. But Zai, Rolling Thunder's pop. He'll start to bounce around, play around with Kuroki. Weehar and Mind Control going to do anything to help their entry. It looks like they can. They're in fact going to stay aggressive. Miracle jumping into the river, burning the mana of Zai. They'll cut across once more. Zai, he's stuck on the low ground, but Nisha's there on the high ground. Can he help him out? They may just have to bail him here. Zai will fall.
That's
Nigma,
a big kill.
They get a second. Can they chase on for more? The Spirit continues to scout, but it does time out. They have to pull it back. But Nigma able to poke back in some regards. Nisha makes a bit of moves with the plays. He is bottom. He tried to get out of there, but one stays behind. He gets the poof off in time, though. There's no further control to stop him. Nisha's able to escape before Nigma can react to him.
That would be such a huge kill if they could get it. But the problem is, once again, lack of stuns. GH bought some time, tried to set it up with the Yule Scepter into LSA. But Nigma, they're still not out of this game. We talked about AM, how he needs to get farmed. He's closing the gap between him and Meepo. Also, Titan Sliver, one of my favorite tier 3 items.
A very nice all round, and Paladin Sword as well. That can be a nice one. We'll see who wants to find the slot for that. Probably Miracle, I would imagine. As, yeah, having that sort of lifesteal and sustain in the fights when you are trying to go 1v1 against some of these heroes makes all the difference. Basher done as well. So, yeah, Miracle he's really able to fight. He can find the backlines. If he can get a good blink on some of these supports, get a bash off on Kuro, he will be able to kill them before Kuro is able to get, sorry, not Kuro, YapzOr, able to get off any sort of spell in the fights.
YapzOr is their primary target.
Yeah.
Like, they want to take him out so he can't use his spells multiple times in a row. It really is mango season, yeah. JJ, huh?
Double mango tree all the way, thanks to the fact that Secret were able to grab Nigma's early. I believe it was that earlier play we saw down bottom where it dropped from their camp. Secret, they're heading to the Roche. It's a quick and easy one. They do send the Spirit out, but the Roche is already killed and the Aegis is already taken. Nisha's able to pick it up. Weehart does want to run in. He's going to have a lot of right click. Plus 720. Here he goes. Can he bring him down? He brings down Nisha once. Turns towards Zai. Zai's rolling in with the Rolling Thunder. Weehart tries to stay on target. He refreshes the Spirit to make sure that he can keep that bonus damage, but he wants to back off now. He's happy with that. They took away the Aegis as soon as Nisha picked it up. So something here for Nigma. And Nigma, they may even want to try and fight on for more. They head over, but Secret are already backing away. Ooh, Monkey King does still have the cheese.
That was quick. Elder Titan, is this all he has? Like, he should have another item.
At
least half an item.
It's taken a big hit. They're just, I mean, it's a hard hero to farm on, right? You know, compared to obviously more of your standard core heroes.
All right, give me Crystallis on him. The most cost-efficient item in this patch. Pretty easy to make.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That damage he gets.
Oh, Here we have set up from the Eu-VODs. They found Yapsor. That's a great way to start off moves. Take the line out the fight and see what you can push on for more. Miracle jumping in aggressively. He's trying to hunt. Will find Puppey. They're chasing on. They'll stay on this target. Is Puppey going to receive any sort of help? Matu's watching from the trees, but they got to let Puppey go. As Nigma, they'll take down the second support. Double kill for Miracle.
Miracle didn't die in a very long time. Even though they were pretty limited on the vision, he managed to find the farm. Now he has Manta Style and Basher. Going for that Abyssal Blade.
Now there's tier 1 in the mid. It's under pressure as Nigma look to take another objective. Secret, they've got their cores here, but still without the supports, they can't really start to make a move on Miracle. They've got to let that tower go. As Miracle picks it up, he continues to do his best to try and stay towards the top. GH back in mid. He's found the setup. The Eu-VODs into the sun. Miracle's on top. That's Matumba Man dead. And Miracle, he sees more. He's straight over to look towards Nisha. Nisha has got Yapsor and Zai around. They'll turn Swashbuckle, disarms the anti-mage. It's Weeheart. Magic Community's there. He's looking to try and charge in, but Secret, they're up to the high ground. They keep their distance. But Nigma, despite being 13k down, they're striking back in another set. They've caught Nisha.
They found Meepo.
There's the pullback into the stun. Nisha's dead and gone. 80 seconds, he's out. And Matu, he's brought back for this. He'll jump forward, trying to make a fight happen. Mind Control is out of mana.
They need to find something, otherwise this buyback is useless.
Miracle. He's still playing so aggressive. Another jump on a Zai. Puppey, he's outside of the base. Another kill. And now he's charging up to the high ground. He's beating Matu back towards the base. Eu-VODs, another refresh of the spirit. He'll pull it back. Miracle jumps across. Matu had to use the Boundless Strike to save himself. A buyback is forced out. Nisha, he's back in the game.
No man on him.
Jumps forward. Miracle, he's overextended. He's dead and gone. They'll kill off the anti-mage.
But at what cost? There were 3 buybacks out of Team Secret. They need to rush mid, try to force a buyback from Nigma. Anti-Mage is gone for 70 seconds. This is also a pretty big kill if they can get it, and they got it.
Let's see how much they can get out of this. A minute without Miracle, but it's a scary 7 minutes now. 3 heroes, no buybacks. If Secret lose another fight,
they might be done.
Yeah, you're going to see that 9k difference disappear. Secret's got to keep their cool. They can't make any further mistakes now, especially with these buybacks on hold.
They need to force a buyback out of this. It seems like they're hesitating, and the Elder Titan is doing a really good job just stopping the push.
Well, they're keeping this 2 lanes pushed in. What's going to be the call from Secret? AC is done for Zai. So, as you mentioned earlier, definitely a bit of protection for the team when it comes down to Weeheart looking for the punches on you. Giving you at least some sort of armor against this ET. But still, at the end of the day, when he's able to pull in the spirit across the Meepos and end up turning up to the fight with this ridiculous, like, plus 720 damage, armor's only going to help you so much.
Very long time until the next Roche. Those buybacks would be much worthy if Roche respawn would not be that far away.
Yeah, it's a very cautious 6 minutes or so of gameplay now that Secret's going to have to play with.
This is the big item on Meepo. Just less than 1,000 gold away from his Hex.
I'm going to smoke up, despite, as you say, Nisha not quite having the Hex. A little bit interesting. He will reveal himself, actually, as he just pushes in this top. Maybe they were seeing if there was going to be any sort of gank from Nigma coming in to try and catch him off. They'll sweep round towards the mid lane Secret. But this is a risky play. They don't have the Hex done on Meepo, and they don't have 3 buybacks available. Weeheart will show, trying to poke some sort of initiation, and it will happen. Yapsor tries to jump in, but the counterplay is going to be there. As Nigma, they turn. Rolling Thunder is out in time for Zai. Miracle tries to stay on top of Yapsor. Goes to the Boundless Strike. Nisha, he's looking for Weeheart. He's found him. They've killed off the ET. Matu gets the Wukong command off in time. They're killing them all. It's a triple kill for Nisha. As Nigma lose 3, and none of these heroes have buyback.
Still chasing.
The smoke works out as they make the play happen. 4 dead on Nigma, and Secret can now push up to the high ground.
10 heroes with no buybacks at 33 minutes in. It's been a while since I saw this. It just seems that they're going to end the game. Go for tier 4 straight away. Ignore the Raxes.
They push so hard. Deso, AC, and the Meepo army.
Repair kit dropped here. AM needs to use it.
What can they do?
It's not enough. This game's just over, Owen.
Repair kit, it's not strong enough. It's not strong enough against this Secret. They'll close this one up. They will indeed.
All it takes is one good smoke.